Welcome to the Hear My Heart broadcast, where I talk about the matters of the heart. You can't understand a person without getting to the root, which is hearing them. I am your host, Tiffany Rochelle, affectionately known as the People's Cheerleader. Here's something I want to share about me. I'm an author, a speaker, a heart and a motivational coach, and I'm so excited that you've tuned in and we have the opportunity to grow together. I'm here to encourage and motivate you to be the best you ever. If you're feeling a little stuck or stagnated, or you're having a hard time getting over some things, please know you're not alone and that you've come to the right place and you're listening to the right person to help you through that. So let's dive into today's show of Hear My Heart. Here we grow. Hey, hello, kind people. Welcome to the Hear My Heart show. I am so delighted that you are going to take an opportunity to spend with me. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I'm excited for today's show. Okay. But before I get started with that, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Tiffany Rochelle, aka the People's Cheerleader, and I have a phenomenal VIP with me on today. Her name is Holly McNeill, and she's embarked on a transformative 2-decade journey. She has integrated the wisdom of her mentors and the teachings into transformative P.E.R.L.O.V.E formula. It's a powerful blend of mindfulness and meditation. And today I have the opportunity to introduce this seasoned teacher, coach, and lecturer, Miss Holly. Hi.
Tiffany, I love your energy. Oh my gosh, how can I get more of that? Thank you so much.
Just keep me around, that's all.
It sounds good. I would love that. I would love that.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm pretty, exhausted. We just did our first live performance of the Lost Formula to Happiness last night at the Hollywood Fringe Festival in LA, and wow, it takes a lot of your energy, but it was amazing. It was really cool. Yeah. With COVID, I've been giving these classes, virtually. And so it was the first time, this was actually a show performance with my niece, but first time to see the audience's intensity and reaction. It was so wonderful. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, that's an amazing feeling. So you might have, your energy might be depleted a little bit, but you were able to absorb a lot of that. So
yeah,
seeing people say it's nothing like being live, right?
They say once you do a live show, you never want to go back. And it was just to see the people and they're listening and their interest. It was wonderful, yeah. But I am exhausted. But I'm glad to be here.
Oh, I'm very, very happy for you to be here. Well, we're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time.
Yes.
So I'm super grateful. Tell me about you. I know I gave a snippet of you, but I know there's so much more.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I gave the show last night, some of the reviews of was about how vulnerable I was and how raw I was on stage, and willing to be vulnerable to kind of find that transformation. And well, for me, I hit a super low point at age 34. I had it all. I had everything: handsome husband, beautiful home, kids, car, pets, everything, career. But I didn't, the foundations of that, my life was flawed because I had these childhood, traumas we all have. And I had learned that I was unworthy and unlovable. So I built a world around that. Right. And even though this world was perfect, and in the eyes of my friends afterwards, they're like, what are you doing? Your world is perfect.
Yeah.
It was flawed. And at age 34, it imploded.
Wow.
For a lot of reasons. And I made a vow to life, God, Buddha, the universe. I'm literally crying in the middle of the night. Just help me and I'll do better. So I was given that second choice. And with my karmic debt in tow, as you said, I went out to make good on that vow. And it would take me across the country and from coast to coast, listen to teachings, retreats, I practiced Buddhism for 5 years. I lived in a Dharma house. And through all of that, I was able to piece together what I say, from millennial wisdom to modern day teachings, a few simple truths.
Come on. Wait a minute. Pause. Rewind that. From millennial who?
Millennial wisdom back centuries, right?
Yeah.
Buddha's 2,500 years ago,
Oh,
to modern day teachings, John Kabat-Zinn and Michael Singer, Eckhart Tolle.
yeah.
You know, but what I kept seeing in all of this, and this whole journey,
Yeah.
amazing journey, was that a few simple things kept percolating to the top, which
Okay.
was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the creation of the P.E.R.L.O.V.E practices
Okay.
is all about. Yeah.
Oh, that's super dope. I'm super grateful. So
Mm.
what is something super, since you went on this journey in
Mhm.
your life, what is one unique thing that you discovered about yourself that you just absolutely love that you've discovered about you?
You know what ultimately we discovered that we're all kind of the same. The human condition's kind of the same. The way the brain works is all the same. And that there was a couple of teachings. It's just like the whole thing about our thoughts, emotions, and feelings. I call it our TEF, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And how we relate to them,
Hmm.
and that we have the power to relate to them every
Sure.
single time is the same. It doesn't matter who you are, what
Hmm.
you do.
Okay.
You have, if you're not in control or aware of that, they're in control of you, right?
Wow.
But you have that choice. And that's the
Hmm.
biggest message. We have that choice.
The
It,
power.
it seems, yeah, sometimes it seems so real and solid that we can't see beyond our own struggling,
Mhm.
but you absolutely can. So,
So we
and
got the power of choice. That's amazing. Like there's a lot
mm-hmm,
of people I think that they don't really know that they have a right to choose because they're maybe their mothers, their fathers, sisters, brothers, whoever raised them, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, whoever, raised them,
right.
are
Mm-hmm,
doing what they felt was great for them to do because their parents or whoever was the person that was raising them, that was their
right.
choice and they did that. But then once you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like discover yourself, you realize you have the power to choose what's great
You
for you.
do. You do.
That
Yeah,
is,
and at a very young age, if our conditioning, it's this conditioning. I mean, not all of it's bad, but the majority, sadly, of it can be negative.
it
If our
can.
conditioning falls below our level of awareness, right, we lose that choice. We lose that control because we're unaware of how we're responding to it.
Mhm. That is
Yeah.
powerful. That is a powerful statement that you've already. It's the power of choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so,
Yeah.
and I want everyone to make sure you understand. There's going to be more powerful nuggets she drops in here, but that is so amazing, and it's something that we need to keep at the forefront of our beings.
That's
Is
right.
you have the ability to choose. So
It's so easy. It's so easy to fall into that TEF, into that, I call it the happiness thief, into that tangle of, our
happiness.
brains. Yeah, our brains are wired. If we've thought about negatively, if we've been anxious for decades, then we're hardwired. Our body and mind is hardwired to throw that back at us. So
Mhm.
even at first, when you want to change, you're going to meet with resistance. The happiness thief is not going down without a fight, as
Mhm.
I say. But yeah,
It's the happiness thief. That's so.
yes.
It's not cute, but it's so cute. I never even thought that is cute. I just need you to understand. I'm stealing it.
Okay,
I love
excellent.
saying a fun snatcher, but it's the happiness thief.
Happiness thief. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. And the happiness thief is nothing more than a tangle of your own negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings.
So
That's it.
we
And when
got,
you unravel it, the amazing thing is when you unravel that,
yeah.
there's no bandit there, right?
Mhm.
Right? There's only your true nature
Wow.
to shine through. It's amazing.
Listen, you are amazing, and I'm grateful for it. I'm super
Uh,
grateful for it. So I
Thank
know
you.
I made a statement that you are this seasoned teacher, and you are a coach and an awesome lecturer. And
Mhm.
there is something that you teach about. You got this lost formula to happiness. Can you tell us about?
Yes. Yes, I say that the formula to happiness is hidden in plain sight
Wow.
because um, we are our mind is a powerful tool that we can use to create our lives however we see fit.
Okay.
But if we're not using it as a tool, right, then we're victim to our own
Mhm.
thoughts, our own TEF, our own happiness thief. So the lost formula to happiness. It's funny. People ask me, "Is P.E.R.L.O.V.E the lost formula to happiness?"
Okay.
And it's like, well, I believe that ultimately the lost formula to happiness is within yourself.
Okay.
P.E.R.L.O.V.E is a vehicle to get you there,
That's
because
cute.
Yeah, because in the end, it's only full kind of awareness, if enlightenment, if you will, is, they say, it's beyond words, it's beyond understanding. You really have to go there yourself. But
Okay.
there's definitely a vehicle to get there, and I'm just very grateful to be where I am today compared to where I was. So in this show, I say, you know, at this age 34 was absolutely the lowest point of my unhappy, self-absorbed, anxiety-filled life.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it was miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Miserable.
I mean, I
So
believe you self-absorbed. Come here again.
anxiety filled,
Uh-huh.
um, unhappy. Yeah, unhappy.
That's
Yeah, oh yeah.
so
But on the outside, I
and
had
self-absorbed.
everything. I had
Wow.
everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, narcissism in my family, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah. I'm so grateful to be here, but it took me 20 years to get here, and so the whole point is with this. I had in my early 40s. I had another kind of, it wasn't as bad as that moment, but kind of, you know, even though my career was on track, I was learning this stuff, and I knew that I had to start teaching what I had learned.
Okay.
So I put two intentions out to the world.
Okay.
The first was to retire from my chosen profession as an architect
Okay.
before I turned 50.
All right.
And the second was have the time and space to write about what I thought I was learning.
Wow.
And so as intentions go, I retired 4 days before I turned 50.
Girl,
And in
you did
2000, yeah, I did it. In 2017, I sat down to write.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be until we were all sequestered in our homes that I looked over at a book proposal that I had been writing. And I could see it, a path. It's like the lights came on. It was like the final piece just showed up. It was, you know, some of it's beyond you, right? And it was just like, wow, this is
my.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And so yeah, I want hopefully other people, my whole goal from here until as long as I'm experiencing this life, right, is to share it, and ultimately I hope that P.E.R.L.O.V.E or some form of it lives beyond me, because I think it's just really helpful to people, and it's actually a step by step and applicable and doable, and people call it friendly and straightforward. And
I think I'm grateful for, in listening to you, you said you had a 2-decade-long journey. If Don't Give Up was a person that you did not give up on you, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna keep trying. It is amazing what perseverance looks like. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I'm grateful that you didn't stop, because if you did, we wouldn't have met each other. But it's just,
you know, I did fall off my journey a couple of times, and life just boom right back, like, what? No. This is not the direction you're going in, because I firmly believe that, you know, even like your small isolated self is trying to keep you isolated with your negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Your universal, all pervasive self is showing you in every person, place, or thing what you need to set yourself free.
okay.
So when you stop looking for that, then you're going to get more, and you go backwards. And I did that a couple of times, to be honest. But the third or fourth time, I'm like, I am never leaving this path again, because it's inspirational, and it's actually, and there's ups and downs. And you know, like this show was great last night. Of course, I wake up and all my negative stuff is like on top of me and blah blah. But I looked at it, I could see it, and I'm like, okay, just part of the formula about recognizing this stuff and making a change.
Gotcha. What is one of the things that you do to shake yourself from your TEF? Because it's your thoughts, emotions, and feelings is TEF,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So
Well,
things.
Well, there's two things you can do, which is are recognized when we get there. So
well, we can go there now. Like,
all right, let's go there now.
Answer that and go on in it.
Okay. So P.E.R.L.O.V.E stands for Pledge, Evaluate, Recognize, which is the more cerebral part of the formula, where we first train the mind, and then love is locate, open, vest, and expand, which is this more spiritual part of the formula, where you then open the heart.
Okay.
And in my show and on most of my teachings, I spend most of my times in PER, because that's the basis for our mental transformation. There are so many teachings on the love part. You know, we are all one consciousness and open your heart, But so I felt there was a missing component on how to get to that part.
Okay.
So it starts with a pledge.
Okay.
It starts with an intention. Any change starts with an intention, but it starts with a pledge. And I don't know how much time I have, and I can okay. So it starts with a pledge, and we pledge to grow our awareness. Okay, everyone has between 6,000 and 70,000 thoughts a day. 80% are negative, and usually we take those thoughts and create our patterns and behaviors because we've become so familiar with them that we are not even paying attention to what's going on.
Okay.
So we start with a pledge. We pledge to grow this awareness. Okay. To become aware of the thoughts in our minds and emotions and feelings filling our body. And it starts with 6 minutes a day. It's a story of a monk who was busy building a temple. And as he got busier, he went to his guru and said, I don't have time for my practice. And his guru said, all you need is 6 minutes a day. Wow. So it's 1 minute, 6 times a day. You just stop and watch your mind. Right?
That's amazing.
Right. And if you do that long enough, it becomes habit. Right? If you do it for 21 days, it becomes habit. And then you have created a habit of watching your mind. You're more aware. You've grown your awareness.
Well, let me ask you this. Pause for a second. Pause.
Sure.
So that's 6 minutes a day. Is it 6 minutes? Because you said like 1 minute.
1 minute, 6 times a day. Yeah.
Right. So I'm taking a minute now, maybe another minute in an hour, or can I do my 6 minutes?
No, you need to do it over the course of the day. You can do it like before you go to bed, like you put down your phone, right? And you do it then. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and there's all this kind of thoughts coming at you, just do it then. Just watch. You're not judging. You're not pushing them away. You're just watching. First thing in the morning, there's usually a moment of peace, but before it all comes rushing in, then you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, set an alarm. Just be consistent for, 21 days, and you will notice as habits work that it'll start happening automatically.
That's amazing. You just I like that. 6 minutes a day. And it's amazing what 60 seconds can do for you, right?
Yeah. When you do it consistently, that is absolutely true.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you made reference to that 6 minutes. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Do I do the whole 6 minutes now? Or I just need to know. Help me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, in the play, my niece goes 6 minute meditation. I say, no, 6 1 minute meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we leave P, the only other thing that's in P is that I want you to take a leap of faith and consider the idea that you are separate from your thoughts, emotions, and feelings, that you can create space between you, your negative patterns and defaults, and yourself. And in that way, when you create that space, you can see it more clearly when you're looking at it rather than being in it, trying to see it.
Okay.
Right. Then we move to E, evaluate, where there's a story. Robert Blythe wrote a poem called The Long Black Bag We Drag Behind Us. Okay. Talks about all these parts of us when we're little that we reject, when we stuff in this bag, when good girls don't do that, good boys don't behave that way. And we stuff these parts away of us over years and years. And eventually we're kind of a shadow of our amazing selves, and we have full of doubt. So E is evaluate, right? Evaluate what you shoved in the bag. Evaluate any theft that you've been creating from but has fallen under the radar. When you become too familiar with something, you actually lose familiarity with it, right? And so you're looking for those patterns and defaults that maybe you've been creating from without awareness, right? But now you have this awareness, right? And so you're looking for, you can take an easy one. Well, there's lots of them, but say anxiety. Everyone has anxiety. Like when that comes up, right? You want to notice when it comes up. Okay.
Pay attention.
So if you're paying attention, you can, if you got this awareness in your mind, you can pay attention to when this comes up, so that you recognize it when it comes up in your daily life.
Got it.
And that's when you can change it. So to answer your question from before, there's 2 ways to recognize. Okay. And the first, hopefully, is pretty obvious, which is A plus B equals C, or P plus E equals R. First, we pledge to grow our awareness. We've evaluated our targets for change. And then we recognize them as they come up in our daily life. Okay. Now, if we didn't take it so seriously, all of this stuff, that's all we would need, right? We would be, but the problem is that we've taken it so seriously that we can't see it, right? It's hard to separate ourselves, right? Okay. And so you get stuck in it easily. So And the happiness thief, like I said, when you go to make a change, your mind will actually throw up roadblocks because it's trying to protect its programming. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So luckily we have this secret weapon. This is something the happiness thief does not want you to know. Okay. Are you ready, Tiffany, for the secret weapon? Okay, here we go. Acting in ways contrary to your patterns aids in bringing the happiness thief out of hiding.
Wow.
What does that mean? That means doing anything that's not crappy or negative.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yep. Because if you start practicing compassion, gratitude, affirmations, which always get a bad rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do them over and over again, that doesn't match the programming in your brain, and all of a sudden your brain's like what's happening? And it starts to unravel this because you're putting in new programming, and it unravels it just a bit and allows these moments of clarity to come through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even these moments of peace. So it's like a tightly wound ball.
Mm-hmm.
And with persistence, right? And with this, you can start to unravel it. And so when you use these tools of compassion, self-love, gratitude, you start to create that space. And from that space, you can see your test differently. Wow. You can then recognize it. Right? So it's just a process of doing this over and over and over and over again.
That's dope. I absolutely I absolutely love. I'm grateful for you.
Thank you.
This is a part of this P.E.R.L.O.V.E journey, huh?
Yes, it is. P.E.R.L.O.V.E, it is. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. So, well, we're getting ready to kind of wrap the show up just a tad bit. So I have a wonderful game that I think is wonderful.
I've heard about this game, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm playing. So this little game that I absolutely love to play is called This or That. Okay. I think I need to find a prop or something like that. Have like this or that.
Yeah. The this or that game.
Right. Something's coming. Just
little music. Yeah. Little music.
I think that, roll the music, something, whatever. So I like to do this. I like to ask a this or that. So you got to pick which one it is. And then you got to give me your explanation as to why you chose which one it is.
I'm titillating with excitement. Okay, lay it on me.
Ready? First one. Underestimate or overestimate?
Underestimate.
Okay. Why are you choosing?
We always underestimate our ability to change our minds, our power. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Final answer is underestimate.
Absolutely. Yep.
Gotcha. Second question. Never be angry or never be envious? It's the
I would say angry, because angry I think is deeper down in your bag than envious. There's actually a chart that talks about higher consciousness and lower consciousness levels. And I think anger and fear are right down there at the bottom. So I'd have to go with angry. I say never be either one, try not to be, but I'll go with angry. Final answer.
Final answer. That was cute. I see what you're doing here. Gotcha. Third question is stop and smell the roses or pick a bouquet of dandelions.
Well, again, they're both good options. I would say stop and smell the roses. Okay. Right. Anything you can do, like to use your secret weapon and turn your wheels a little bit the other way and move in the other direction is positive. Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
You get opportunity just to stop. You get an opportunity to be intentional, enjoy nature, and you're like,
be in the now, be in the present moment.
Right. See what you can see from it. It's amazing for me. I'll go out on like a little journey, and I was in the elevator, and I'll see little stuff, and I'll get little messages from different little things that I'll see. So there were some things and some decisions that I needed to make. And I got into the elevator, and it was just me and the elevator space and mirrors. This elevator had mirrors in it. And I was like, oh my God, see me. But I kind of like it because I'm like, ooh, I kind of like what I see.
Yeah, there you go. Good. That's good.
But I looked at the elevator, and there was this button that was on the elevator, and it said close door.
Yes, there's one on every LES.
Yeah. So when I happened to see that, it made me stop it made me be present. And it was just like, hey, there's a decision that you needed to make. So I'm paying attention and I'm being very attentive to things that's going. So when you said stop and smell the roses, that's what made me think of that.
Yeah. Just anything that can bring you to the present moment is wonderful. Yeah. Even an elevator button. I'll take it.
Elevator button was powerful for me.
Yes, I guess so.
So tell me this. How do we get in contact with you?
We're at P.E.R.L.O.V.E.formula.com. Okay. If you're in LA in June by any chance, we have 2 more shows on the 17th and 23rd.
Okay.
But that's all that information is on our website, P.E.R.L.O.V.E.formula.com. Or you can email me with any questions at Holly at P.E.R.L.O.V.E.formula.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Are you on any social media networks that we
Yep, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and I've got YouTube videos. If you sign up for our monthly newsletter, you get a full hour class for free, class recording with all of these teachings in it, from P to E for an hour. Me, and there's this great slideshow I put together, and the picture of the happiness stage.
Oh, I love it.
So it's free. Please take advantage of it. I mean, I send newsletters out once a month, and each go through a letter a month and just some insights and what's happening with the practices. So yeah.
I think that's super dope. Super dope. Final thought.
Yes.
What is the story you want the world to know from you?
For me, ultimately, I don't care if people remember me, but there's one thing I want to tell people. I tell people in every class and in the show, if there's something you want to change, if there's something you want to learn or make habit, you must do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I listened to a CD I got 10 years into my journey like 21 times, or at least. It takes 3 times to even remember it. I mean, if you don't ever hear from me again, you won't remember P.E.R.L.O.V.E., right? If you watch this 3 times, you'll remember P.E.R.L.O.V.E. 8 times, it'll sink in. 21 times, and you got it down, girl. So just keep doing it, because if you think about it, we do negative stuff over and over and over again automatically. So if we want to make positive change, we need to do persistence. That's my jam.
Yeah. I love it. Come on, that's my jam. Holly, I love you.
Well, this has been great, Tiffany. Lots of fun. Thank you so much. My energy has gone up so much in the last 30 minutes because I was
needed it.
Yes, I did.
Your energy was depleted. I'm sharing.
You did. Thank you for sharing your positive energy. I love it. It's great.
I'm grateful that you decided to share some of your words, some of your teaching. Thank you for being phenomenal. I really appreciate you. Much success to your shows that you're doing, to all the courses, to all your teaching. Just much success to you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I so appreciate you. So everybody, that's going to be the show for today. I'm super, super grateful that you decided to tune in to the Hear My Heart show with my VIP Holly. See how we did that?
Yes, and you are my cheerleader for sure, Tiffany. I love it.
That's my little yay.
There you go. I'm cheered up. I'm good.
I did my job then. All right. Giggity, giggity. Well, if you guys will be so kind to join me next week, I will have another VIP for you on next week's show. So join me on the same Hear My Heart channel at the same Hear My Heart time. Grace and peace, everyone.